The first time I saw Kendrick was September the 24th, 2009. He was barely a year old. I didn't believe that he would make it to his second birthday. It was very sad because I knew he had been born a very healthy little boy, and the little boy that I saw was a very seriously injured little boy.
I recall thinking that he was just a little guy in a really big hospital bed. And he had, at that time, a neck brace and a leg brace and a brace on his left hand. And we knew that he was going to have some difficulties.
I don't know that there's really words to describe the grief that you have, and also there's a bit of anger there that a little child like that has been injured. I was his CASA for 3.5 years almost. I was there for the court hearings, and I was there for the case and family team meetings. I watched his supervised visits, and I think just being there and speaking up on his behalf was the way that I was able to help him. I think when you see Kendrick, you fall in love with him, and you see that he's a very determined little boy. He was a very stubborn little boy. There's just no way you can turn away from him.
Even though he had limitations as far as mobility, he never crawled, but he scooted, and he was determined. And that really helped us be more determined. We could see his strength and the challenges that came along. He just decided to take care of business.
I didn't know what his future held because of his physical liabilities, like if he was going to be able to walk, if he was going to be able to talk, if he could swallow, what kind of a life he was going to live, and who would be able to cope with somebody with that many liabilities. What family would be able to cope with that? The fact is that his foster family fell in love with him too, and they were just meant to be together.
Krystal has always been an encouragement from the first day, the very first day, and her concern and her attentiveness to Kendrick's needs and what we needed. And then just personally, she was a very strong encouragement and helped us to understand the process, traveling through foster care, moving toward potential of adoption, and then assisting us in making that decision that adoption would be our course.
The reason why I became a CASA is I believe that children don't have voice. A lot of times children that are caught in bad situations, and that they are the ones that people are making decisions around them that affect those children, but that they have no means to speak up or to get help or to say how they feel about what's going on in their lives.
Can you make a silly face?
My hope for the CASA children is that they're in a stable environment and a loving environment and a secure environment, that they're safe.
Kendrick did change our family. Actually, Kendrick brought the family, I think, back closer together. We have older college kids as well as we had a younger one. And the college kids kind of, came back around and getting more involved because they just absolutely loved having little ones here. So I think it was actually a very good thing that happened to us.
If we knew, obviously, a little bit of what we know now, we wouldn't hesitate, not 1 second. Because the impact that Kendrick has made in our family, not only culturally, but just the joy that he can bring. You can hear him. He makes sure his voice is known, and the way he builds relationships has enriched us, I think, beyond measure.
When I look at where Kendrick is today, I see a miracle. There's a plan for Kendrick's life, and he's going to do great things. I believe that.
My name is Kendrick.